What is up, everybody? Welcome back to World of Tanks. How is it going? You know, guys, Wargaming has been sneaking in some new premium tanks, and in today's episode I am going to take my first look at two of those new premium tanks. And why I am starting with this screen right here with M4190 GF Grand Final Special Edition Black Bulldog Tier 8 Premium German light tank. What a name indeed. And as we all know, this tank was Wargaming.net League Special Edition Grand Final Special Version Super Hyper Mega Special Light Tank. Black color, I like it. I actually like this black color with Wargaming.net logos, stickers actually. And soon, guys, we are going to receive yet another special reward tank. So let's take a look at our main guests today. And the reason why I said that Wargaming has been sneaking those tanks into the game is over here. They are actually on live server. We are all able to take our first look at those tanks, and this is what I'm going to do in today's episode. And as we all know, when tanks are in this state in the game, they are not going to change anything. Usually they are not going to touch those tanks. Hopefully every single community contributor is able to preview those tanks before they are going to be released, so you are going to see some gameplay footage and my final opinion about that tank as well, but more about that in the future. So my first tank is going to be Chrysler GF that I'm going to take my first look at, and the second tank is Strv 81 Tier 8 Premium Medium Tank from Sweden. And Chrysler GF, Chrysler Grand Final Special Edition, is a Tier 8 Heavy Tank from USA. So we are going to get yet another Tier 8 Premium Heavy Tank into the USA tech tree. But every single stat you are going to see today is with 100% crew, without any skills, without any equipment and consumables, just stock vehicle. And this Chrysler GF has special camo. Because this is special edition tank, so special camo, I really cannot take that away. So this camo is already active and gives plus 3% camo value, I believe, on heavy tanks. So yeah, let's go. And as you remember, let's quickly take a look on M4190 GF. We have Wargaming League sticker on the tank. This time Wargaming did it a little bit better. Instead of adding one sticker on the tank, they actually modeled something in, and it looks 10 times better. I really love this little logo. It adds something to this tank, in my opinion at least. But anyways, guys, let's get going. So, seems like this tank is going to be first back turreted tank in the USA tech tree. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I cannot remember any other back turreted tanks on USA tech tree. We have some tanks in the German tech tree, in the Soviet tech tree, like Object 416, Object 430 version 2, but I cannot remember anything from the USA tech tree. So it is going to be kind of a special tank that way already. Side armor seems to be pretty damn flat, and this area is perfect for heat. Maybe if you are fighting versus tier 6 tanks, heat is easily able to penetrate your side armor, even with lower penetration heat. But frontal armor seems to be really strong, and at the end I am going to show you a 3D armor model as well with effective armor values. And the turret seems to be really strong and slopey at the same time, so maybe this is going to be super good hull down tank. We'll see. So let's start with the firepower. Seems like this tank is going to get its gun from T32 because of the average damage value and penetration value. So 320 average damage, which is exactly the same as on T32, which is standard tier 8 heavy tank from the USA tech tree, and average penetration is exactly the same as well, 198. Now 198 millimeters of penetration compared to the nowadays power creeps. I don't know if this is going to cut it, guys. I really do not know. Like, let's speak Patriot, for example, or Object 252U, Defender, or Liberta, or Lorraine, or whatever. Actually, Lorraine is medium tank, but all the rest of the power creep heavy tanks, this penetration is not going to cut it. I can tell you that right away. And if you are going to play this tank, or if you are going to see this tank, most likely a lot of people are going to spam premium rounds with this tank, especially in tier 8 games, in tier 9 battles, and in tier 10 battles. So yes, I can tell you that right away. This is going to happen, guys. Mark my words. Let's move on. Rate of fire 6.2 rounds per minute. Reload time is under 10 seconds, 9.68 seconds. And I believe with all the boosting equipments you should be able to get it around 8 seconds actually. Turret speed seems to be pretty damn slow, 25.03 degrees per second. Gun depression -6 degrees, gun elevation 15 degrees. Yeah, not the best as well, but I can understand why gun depression is only -6 degrees, because it is back turreted tank and you simply cannot put your barrel through the hull. So yeah, but 15 degrees of gun elevation... I don't know, not huge fan actually, so pretty weak once again, but aiming time is really good. Only with 100% crew, no equipment, no consumables, 1.82 seconds aiming time. Not too bad. Accuracy 0.35, also really good, and you can boost it even more, of course. And DPM is just under 2000, 1983. So overall, good things and bad things about this gun. Aiming time is really good, accuracy is actually good, but average damage, okay, maybe for that kind of reload time is okay, but penetration is really weak, and gun depression, gun elevation are really weak as well. So you really have to choose your positions with this tank. And of course it has back turreted tank as well, or it is back turreted tank. So once again, positioning, ladies and gents. Survivability 1500 hit points, which is really standard. Hull armor 152 millimeters thick from the front, 100 from the sides. So actually this tank is really awesome side scraper. So yeah, good luck doing that. You have really strong turret and a decent side armor. Ah, I like it. So side scraping under angle like this might work out for you. But we are going to take a look at the 3D model as well a little bit later. And rear armor, hull armor is 76 millimeters thick, turret 254, 127 and 88. So yeah, and not that huge of a weak spot up here. But we'll see how this is going to affect, and we'll see how much armor this weak spot has. But it seems to be really slopey once again. But let's move on. Next up, let's talk about mobility. This tank is 60 tons heavy tank with 1200 horsepower engine. Specific power 20 horsepower per ton. Top speed 35, nothing special. Reverse speed 14, nothing special but not too bad as well for heavy tank, for tier 8 heavy tank. And traverse speed 33.38 degrees per second, which is over 8 degrees per second faster than you can turn your turret. So if someone is going to circle you, please use your A and T keys as well, so they are not able to outturn you that easily. Concealment, okay. Spotting 380 meter view range, 745 meters signal range, which is standard, but 380 meters view range is also pretty damn standard. And finally, as promised, let's take a look at the armor model as well. And I can tell you guys, this tank, especially in tier 8 battles, is going to be one tough nut to crack. So I guess that is why they are going to give this tank only 198 millimeters of penetration, but you know there is always that 2 key available with 260 millimeters of penetration and HE 420 damage. Blaze it! So Why I said this tank is one tough nut to crack? Okay, let's say this tank is under angle like this. Lower plate 212. 213, 14, let's say around 212. And upper plate 240 to 260. Pretty nice, isn't it? So let's angle it a little bit like this. 220. And lower plate becomes thicker as well for your gun, at least 225, 222, 225. But turret at the same time is not going to be penetrated by anything. I believe there are no tier 8 tanks besides UDA 03 and Strv S1 that are able to penetrate this turret and gun mantle with standard rounds. And guys, this commander hatch is also not going to be a weak spot, as we can see. It is completely red. You have to be lucky. You have better chance penetrating this tank under angle like this, hitting the upper plate, than the commander hatch. And this is what I like. This is like VK45 to be in tier 8 position, and in the USA tech tree, of course. So pretty mad, guys. Side scraping under angle like this. Actually, under angle like this. Let's say you peek one corner. Nope, nothing. 300. But from 281 to 300 and infinity. So do not try to penetrate this side plate when this tank is side scraping. And I believe, yep, the lower area is almost as thick. So if this tank is side scraping, I believe the only thing that you can penetrate if enemy Chrysler GF, Chrysler K GF is going to make a mistake is hit this tank over here. You have the best chance penetrating this tank. But if you are side scraping with back turret the tank, you really do not need to reveal your frontal armor or this area. No pen, no pen. I cannot see this area, let's say. But still no pen. No pen, but yeah. But you have to be, okay, you have to be super lucky to hit this area anyway, so my point remains one tough nut to crack. So this is my first look at Chrysler GF. Model looks really cool, I have to say, really cool. I especially love this little addition. Enough of stickers, guys. Please keep doing this thing. Wargaming, if you're listening. Most likely you are not, but it doesn't matter. Black color, I like it. Not much more to say about this thing. We'll see how this works out, and if I am able to test it out, if I have some gameplay action for you as well, so I am going to do that right away, so stay tuned for that. And let's jump into the next tank, which is Strv 81 Tier 8 Premium Medium Tank from Sweden. Yet another premium medium tank, even though Tier 8, Tier 9 and Tier 10 tanks in the Swedish tech tree are either heavy tanks or DDs. Interesting choice. Hopefully we are going to get medium tank line into the Swedish tech tree as well in the near future. Fingers crossed, guys. And as you can see, this tank looks almost exactly like Centurion 1. And you are not wrong, because in the mid-1950s, Sweden purchased approximately 240 Centurion Mark III and Mark V tanks from Great Britain. They remained in service until the early 2000s and underwent several modernizations throughout service. So they tuned it a little bit, they made some things better, and so on. And this is Strv 81. Let's take a look at some of those stats once again, starting with firepower, 230 average damage with every single shot, 226 millimeters of penetration, a rate of fire 8.34 rounds per minute, 7.19 second reload time, 37.55 degrees per second turret traverse speed. Minus 10 degrees of gun depression is really awesome, really good, and 18 degrees of gun elevation. Aiming time could be better, 2.21 second aiming time for this caliber gun is nothing too crazy, but accuracy 0.32 is super awesome. So with all the boosting equipment, you should be able to get it into the 0.3 line or 0.29. I believe 0.3 actually. And TPM is under 2000 once again, 1919 average damage per minute. So gun depression is really good, gun elevation is really good, TPM is kind of meh, accuracy is really good, aiming time is once again meh, turret reverse speed average. So yeah, I don't know, this is going to be pew 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 gun. I believe you can boost it into 6-second line. After every 6 seconds, 230 damage. It is not that scary, but damage adds up at the end because you were able to hit your shot thanks to that accuracy. DPM is always, or DPM is not always the best thing to look at. You have to also look at how you're able to deliver this damage. And with this accuracy, you are able to do that quite easily. So hit points 1450, not too bad. Only 50 less hit points than the same tier heavy tank. Chrysler GF. 76 millimeters thick armor, 50 on the sides, 76 in the front, which is paper armor actually, 50 on the sides and 38 in the rear. 254 millimeters thick turret armor. I like it a lot. But from the 3D model we are going to see exactly where and what. This is 88 millimeters thick side armor and 88 in the rear as well. Okay, interesting, but this paper armor, maybe this tank is fast. Let's see. 50 tons heavy tank. Okay, so all the Centurion tanks are fairly big tanks, good for arty, I guess. And this tank is super big, and I believe this is where the weight comes from. It is not coming from the armor, I can tell you that. 76 millimeters armor on the hull. So this tank is 50.8 tons heavy tank, 900 horsepower engine and 17.72 horsepower per ton. Specific power. This sucks dog balls, I can tell you that. Worse than on Chrysler GF once again. Top speed, too bad, 50, only 50. Well, actually, 50 is kind of okay for medium tank, for tier 8 medium tank, and 20 reverse speed, but I am concerned about that power to weight ratio. I think you're not able to achieve that 50 that easily, but once again, I am not sure about the soft stats. Maybe soft stats are really good. And 37.55 degrees per second traverse speed, hull traverse speed, which is exactly the same as on turret. Interesting. Concealment 11.69 and 8.72. 11.69. Not too bad. View range 400 meter view range, I like that, and signal range 741. So this tank is most definitely not going to be the fastest medium tank in the game, but it is going to be one really accurate medium tank in this game with 1450 hit points. Turret armor is really good, gun depression is really good, so find yourself one good hull down position and I believe you are going to be Gucci. You are going to be golden in that position if there are no arties in the game, because you are super huge tank and easy target for artillery, and with this armor you are even better target for the artillery. Okay, Strv 81, let's take a look at the 3D model as well and let's call it an episode. And yeah, you guessed it guys, not much to talk about over here. Completely green frontal plate, every single tank that is going to see you is going to be able to penetrate your frontal plate armor. Only 220. Yeah, and for lower plate 210 millimeters of penetration is needed. 100% chance penetrating this with this gun. By the way, premium APCR has 258 millimeters of penetration, so actually 2 millimeters less than on Chrysler K GF with premium rounds. 230 damage and 280 damage with AG ammunition. But turret is going to be the strong point, but I'm afraid that this purple area is going to be a little bit weak, but more about that soon. Gun mantle is fairly strong, 240 needed. for the middle area, and good luck trying to penetrate this. So, frontal turret. Turret ring doesn't seem to be a weak spot, or maybe I saw something extremely tiny. Nope. I don't know. Better buy lottery ticket than hit and penetrate this area. Yeah, 250. Not too bad, but let's see. Yeah, 250 once again. So guys, hull down, in hull down position, under angle like this, maybe using -10 degrees of compression, you are going to struggle penetrating Strv 81. Most definitely, you are going to struggle. Keep this tank hull down and you are Gucci. Commander hatch is weak spot on this tank, not like on Chrysler K. Okay, so yeah, Strv 81 3D armor module. So, ladies and gents, this was my today's episode, preview episode about Strv 81, a new upcoming Tier 8 premium Swedish medium tank, and Chrysler GF, upcoming special mega hyper super black edition Chrysler GF Grand Final Wargaming League special mega. Come on, help me out, guys. Okay, you know, you understand. I am actually maybe a little bit more interested about this tank, because, yeah, Strv 81 is like premium version of Centurion, and I wasn't a huge fan of Centurion for some reason. Maybe because of the alpha damage. I would like to hit my targets dead. But, oh well. Anyways, I thank you so much for watching. Take care and bye.